Oh, yes. Tory with the frantics. By the way, the podcast, which you guys can hear and should subscribe to on Apple Podcasts, it picks up like the first 3 seconds before the intro music kicks in. And whoever listens to today's episode will hear Tory go, "Oh God, I don't know what you were like a little last second panic. What's going on over there?"
Well, it's my birthday and I'm a little verklempt.
I know I was gonna save the birthday, but yes, happy birthday, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you all of you for writing me. I hope everyone's
100 years young. Tell us all the things. I love you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
To our girl. So catch us up. Like it's been a year, but you're still here. That's the whole thing.
I'm going to say it just honestly. I was just crying. So please ignore me for the puffy everything. I just like, it's been a really hard year. As you guys know, I went through a relationship change and I miss my mother, who this is my second one without her. And I'm so grateful. And I'm also really sad at the same time. And I think that's so relatable to so many people's experience. So I'm having a good time. I'm also having a hard time, but I think that both can be true. Thank you guys for writing me. That's really, really sweet of you. Thank you.
I think that could be the name of your book. I'm having a good time, but I'm also having a hard time, because so many people would be able to relate to that, because I think I think in a weird way, what you are experiencing is life.
Yeah.
And what we usually experience when we see life, obviously outside of our own, it's a movie or a show or a character that's super dynamic and everything works out in the end and everything's great. But like, how could you go through this life, a full life, and not lose people you love?
Yeah.
It's impossible mathematically.
Yeah.
How could you, biologically, it's impossible. How could you go through this life and not be faced with disappointment and really have any life to speak of? Like, the disappointment is the thing.
Yes.
It almost seems like it's the slights that you get that build your character, that kind of toughen you and continue you on your journey. And I think you're doing a great job, and I'm really proud of you.
Well, I do have to say to Al and his beautiful girlfriend, Sar, they have been the backbone, and Michael Dean just helped me so much through this depression and time period. When you need someone, you really see who's there for you. And I am so thankful, Al, for you and for Sar and for Michael Dean, because I can really lean on you, and you really need people to lean on during a depressive episode. So thank you. And thank you all out there. You guys watching has helped. And this podcast has really helped. So again, I'm super grateful. And Michael Dean said it best. It's hard when it's a day like your birthday, when you're supposed to be happy and celebratory, but you're also just sad or depressed. And I'm sure so many people have felt that as well. I love you, Sar. I can see you there in the chat. So anyone else going through something, I'm walking that path with you. And just know I'm just very honest. I can't hide the authentic part of what's going on with me. And I'm just very thankful you guys accept me as I am. So thank you.
Well, I think that's why we're such good friends, is because you can do nothing but be honest. And it just makes it much easier to get to know somebody and to be vulnerable with somebody yourself. Is this like you kind of do lay all your cards out, but just that you're honest about like when you're not feeling. It would be really, I think a lot of people wake up and their spouse rolls over and says, "I've been unhappy for 10 years." And they're like, "What?"
Yeah, no one knows, right? You're like, what?
And it's unfair to the person that is being hit with that news.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, because that is a bombshell. A lot of people, like, not letting people know how you feel is actually worse. If I had been cooking dinner every night for years and Sarah was like, "Oh, I don't really like meat," I'd be like, that'd have been good to know. Like, you need to say these things. And Tory, you say the stuff, even though you say it in the nicest way, you do advocate for yourself. You do say, I don't think that's a good idea for me to do that, or I don't feel comfortable with that. You're very good, even if it makes things awkward and it may make things something somewhat confrontational, which is something you always want to avoid. You'll still do it because it's that important. to
Yeah.
be
Thanks for
forthright
pointing that out.
about who you are.
Thanks. And Julia just wrote, Judy is proud of you and your honesty. Thank you so much, Julia, for saying that. I miss her so much today.
And
It's just,
let's not talk about all the bad. We're gonna do some good too. I'm sorry, I
yeah,
cut you off when you were talking about your mom. Sorry about
it's
that.
okay. It was it. That was it.
Heard it. Shout out
Move
Judy.
it along.
She knows she is forever the third chair in this. Well, you came over and you were watching football with us this past weekend.
Oh my God, you guys. The football.
And you said, what did you say Judy would do when she was cheering for people?
So I don't know if you guys are like this, but when the team would win, she'd be so excited for her team. And then when they showed the people that lost, she'd be like, oh no. And she would get really sad for those that are like crying on the sidelines. But I went over to Alan Sars because I wasn't feeling very good. And I had to show up, and the game's not that great. It's the Bears versus the Packers, and it's okay. And Al's made terrific chicken wings.
Shout out.
And all of a sudden, the game starts getting like so good, and then so good. And then there's an article about it in the New York Times today about what a terrific game it is, about Caleb Williams. And so grateful to be able to be over at your house watching that. What a game, man. What a game.
I mean, I think, Tory, the reason that so many people are drawn to sports movies, sports figures, is not that I think it's kind of a collective given that they're going to be good at the sport that they're being shown on TV doing. If you look at the athletes, it's the stories and the personalities that people resonate with, whether it's the Buffalo Bills going to the Super Bowl 4 times and never winning it, or Aaron Rodgers with his kind of quirky personality, or like in the New York Times this morning with Caleb Williams, this kind of young quarterback that the boomer generation like didn't really understand. He was a young quarterback. He's coming out of USC he was painting his fingernails black.
Yes.
And things like that. And they were like, should we draft him? He might be, a loose cannon. And he's amazing.
And he didn't have a great first half, but that second half, it was the largest comeback in the playoff history. I mean, it was insane. And
couldn't that be an analogy for a lot of people's lives?
Totally. That's such a good point. I like his nails being painted. I can see people not liking the nails. Someone's calling him diabolical. But at one point, Al, you told me he put on like mental health numbers. What was it, Al? If you needed help, he had it painted on his nails.
Yeah, he along with a lot of athletes, I've seen especially in football and basketball, talk openly about mental health. Kevin Love, former Cleveland Cavalier, Cav champion 2016. He talks openly about mental health and his struggles. I actually listened to a podcast with him not talking about basketball at all and just seeing him talk about his struggles with mental health. Same with DeMar DeRozan. Shout out. He's an amazing player for the Sacramento Kings. And this generation, and we're going to get to him when we talk about Autistic Barbie and that kind of stuff, Tor.
Yeah.
This generation's different, man. They don't talk about things like your uncle is sleepy right now. And
they're like,
they just get right to it, and they'll just be like I think I told you one of my buddies, Howard Ramsey, that I went to college with. He's a professor at I don't want to say the name of his college, but he said it was shocking when he was a first year professor to get emails from students saying I'm taking a mental health day. Yeah, and he was like, if I just put that in the subject line of my email search, it would be sheets. And if I know there are people my age and older that are like, you're in college, you got to go to college. But why wouldn't you listen to your body? Yeah. If there's something in you that says, I need to back up.
Yeah.
I think there's longevity in that. There is enjoying your life much more in that. And also giving some autonomy over the decisions that you make in terms of even your career or your schooling, that doesn't take precedence over your life. So, I like that Caleb Williams is out there. Like, if you're not feeling good, bro, let people know, doc.
And I like his nails. I know some people disagree, but I think it's part of the fashion. It's part of his accessory. And like, as Al, you've said, fashion has become a big part of the pre-show and like a part of the branding, and people are getting deals because of it. So I kind of, I love it. I think it's hot.
It's literally called the catwalk, Tory. And do you know who picked it up, did great with it, and then had the ball snatched from them and run with it was the NBA to the WNBA, because the NBA are physical specimens.
Yeah.
Angular shoulders, tall, great for fashion.
Right. It is.
What else could be better than that?
Right,
A professional basketball female who's got,
like
walking straight, long, lean, athletic. It's like literally what people that look for professional models look for. It's all of them.
Totally.
And they have different body shapes and sizes, different styles. Some people are kind of sexy. Some people are kind of like, like leathery, like a
retro
motorcycle. Yeah, retro. It's just like you get to know the players through their style, and it's something that can carry on with them long after basketball's gone. Totally. Because like we've learned with so many celebrities that we've talked to, generationally, people know you for different reasons. I remember when I was playing myself and Jim Jeffries Legit on FX, and we were kind of all sitting in the tent, and Cliff Clavin, the dad, Cliff Clavin played his dad on that TV show, but obviously we know him from Cheers. He was the guy that was Norm. Norm. Who's the other one? Cliff. Yeah, I said it. Come on now. And so we're all sitting there, and there was an extra who was like 19 years old, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's him." I was like, "Yeah, it's the guy from Cheers." And she goes, "What's Cheers?" She knew him from Finding Nemo.
Oh, wow.
She had no idea what Cheers was.
Wow, that's crazy.
Sarah and I met a girl in Key West when I was there a couple weeks ago. Tory, she didn't know who Paula Abdul was.
Jeray, our makeup artist from DBL, didn't know who Dave Matthews was.
Yeah. So I think, and Tory, you might have to pop out and pop back on to reset your internet. Michael Dean, are you getting that she's popping a little bit? You're freezing?
I am.
No, she looks good to me, Al.
Maybe it's mine.
I think it looks good.
I got full bars. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I mean, Jeray hitting, and hello, Michael Dean, you beautiful man.
Hi, Michael Dean.
Yeah, I think that maybe if you are somebody that's in charge of trying to make money off of somebody for their entire career, you listen to a Jeray. Why doesn't Jeray know who Dave Matthews is? Why didn't those two random girls know who Paula Abdul? Let's fix that. So we'll know Paula Abdul from MC Scat Cat, and Straight Up Don't Tell Me whatever. And somebody else will know her as an influencer. It's like you got to keep your career going. I think fashion does that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Hey, thanks for everyone for saying happy birthday again. I just wanted to say that. And everyone else says I sound and look good. By the way, they put candles on a cake for me at work, and there were so many candles. Yeah.
Fire marshal heard there's a problem. It's all right.
Who's old?
Now let's get to your birthday gift, talking about ice. Tory, the gift no one asked for. Ice is run amok in the beautiful state of Minnesota, the beautiful city of Minneapolis. Tory, before the shooting, the murder of Renee Good, there were 2,000 ICE agents on the ground. And after the shooting, in order to tamp down tensions, they sent another 1,000. So another 3,000 ICE thugs harassing and bullying people. Quite frankly, Tory, I have videos that I'll play of what is going on with ICE.
Carol, thank you for sending $49.99. That's wonderfully kind.
Thank you, Carol. What an angel.
Yes, that is very kind. That is so nice.
Okay.
Sorry,
now send some for Tory, Carol. It's her birthday. But yeah, it's like, so they send 1,000 more troops, Tor, and these shock troops are intimidating, harassing, threatening people. Just what are your initial thoughts since Mrs. Good's murder?
So I wanted to tell you guys something. Two things. Number one, I want us all to remember that ICE was supposedly sent there to stop crime and stop chaos. And
when's the last time you heard that?
Yeah, like, right. And all the riots that were happening in Minneapolis and all the problems. And so far, the only problems have come from ICE. Okay. And I want everyone just to be clear about that. Now we're sending more. Also, the videos of the ICE members slipping on the ice is very funny. But the second thing I want to say is, if you know anything about our president, he was mentored by a man named Roy Cohn. And I bring him up purposely a lot because he is the one who taught Trump his whole playbook. And then at the end, when Roy Cohn was dying of AIDS, Trump completely left him and dismissed him. And Roy Cohn had like made Donald Trump. But Al, the philosophy is this. If you are on the defense, which the government is after, in my eyes, your eyes, and anybody who saw that video, clearly an American citizen getting shot in the face 3 times for trying to move away from a situation, instead of backing out and saying, this was a tragedy, we're going to adjust, we're going to look into this. Roy Cohn taught Trump, you double down. You always go on the offense, even when you're on the defense. So I knew the second this happened, Kristi Noem was going to be like, we're sending 1,000 more troops. You double down. You make it worse. You keep going on the offense. This is part of that playbook. It's going to cause chaos. It's going to cause riots. It's going to cause the things they didn't want in the first place. And it makes me question, do they want a civil war? Do they want a martial law? Well,
that was going to be my next question. What's the end game? What are we looking at here, Doug?
I mean, at some point, we have military now shooting citizens, grabbing them before they even can show them the ID, and taking them to a detention center only then to find from fingerprints they're American citizens, and then making them walk back. So more and more of this, you start to become and Jesse Ventura said this about a week ago, an undeveloped country with military as the people that rule the whole state. And it's called a military state.
Right. You were trying to be PC when you said that. I watched that speech. We need to you can say it just because he said we have become a third world country. I know that's not a term, but that's the term everybody knows. So we need to get right to it. We don't have time for flowery language.
Yeah.
So to your point, Tory, he said, I've been to them and there's no police, there's military. And I was like, that really hit me.
Yeah. And I do think, Al, you've brought up that during martial law, voting can be suspended. And I do think that perhaps creating this kind of chaos and infighting, domestic wars, like violence within states against our own military, makes it so disorganized. And remember, this is the chaos president. He loves chaos, that he can reach a point where he can suspend the midterms, which he has hinted at, or a 2028 run, which Bannon has definitely hinted at, and so has Trump. So a lot of this, to me, if you look at why this is happening, it just feels like it's to create the chaos, to create the fear so that things can be suspended. And that's all part of a playbook that Roy Cohn taught him. I would watch something called The Apprentice. It's a really great film if you're looking on how did Trump become this guy? And it's all because of Roy Cohn and Roger Stone. And they play it beautifully and they explain it beautifully. But it is, when you're on the defense, go offense, offense, offense. And that's sending 1,000 more ICE agents, which is throwing fuel on a city and state that is on fire right now and mourning. So they have a plan, and it's to create more chaos. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired for this country. I'm so tired for Minnesota. I'm so tired of people getting pulled door to door. I see people just protesting and they're getting pepper sprayed in their face or run over or hit. And it's like, what happened to our First Amendment rights? What happened? It's gone. So I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. And it's only going to get worse, in my opinion.
I mean, Tory, I had to ask you, did you see the video? Because I think that's, as opposed to fascist regimes that have existed in the past, or so to this day do, there's never been this much video available.
That's a great point.
That is indisputable. And I watched a video today where an ICE agent, 2 ICE agents pull up, have a woman in a car, and they pull up at a porta potty. One of the ICE agents gets out, falls flat on his back, which is funny,
I saw that,
but then goes into the porta potty with her. And I think what we are going to see after this administration is cleared out is, one, that they have 100% looted the coffers in a way that, like, I don't think people can even imagine. If Marjorie Taylor Greene, somebody of marginal note can come up with 25 M's? What are the financial gurus that know all the levers to push to really fill in, and I'm sure flee the country once it looks like, because there's two things that this looks like to me, Tory. One, you're going all in, like you said. So they're going to try and create martial law, which I've been saying for almost a year and a half, 2 years now. And when I first started saying it, I was like, Al, you might sound like a crazy person.
Yeah, you were right on.
But everything was just they're so bad at it. Like with the carjacking in DC to get the troops there with Big Balls, the same guy that fired all those federal thousands of adults. He stole a lot of people's personal information. And then this 19-year-old kid is magically carjacked at 3 a.m. on a Sunday by 9 black kids that no one can find. And the person that took the picture was also a Doge employee. I'm like, this is so bad.
Yeah.
I like when you watch espionage movies, it's like, oh, is that guy?
Yeah.
Then they take a well-done mask off and you're like, it's that woman?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be surprised when you destroy my country. It's just like dumb people just like, yeah. And then I was coming home and a black guy pulled a knife and a gun and a machete on me. So now we're bringing in 49,000 troops. It's like, okay, buddy. Like, it's just it's so lame. But Tory, there are some things that we can talk about. One thing that I thought was it was kind of scary, but at least kind of know what we're dealing with now. Did you see this clip? Let me pull it up.
First of all, look how cool that looks, you guys. And by the way, I am a fake blonde, whoever wrote that. If you're trying to insult me or not, but I am getting my hair toned down because it was over bleached. Okay, continue.
All right, now let's work on that personality. Hello. All right.
Accompanied with this song, and then I want to talk about it with you.
And by God we'll have our home. By blood or sweat we'll get there yet. By God we'll have our home.
This song, We'll Have Our Home Again, is a neo-Nazi song. A white supremacist shooter referenced the lyrics to this song after unaliving 3 black people in Florida. And the Proud Boys have been filmed singing it. If you, for whatever reason, weren't buying that our Fed is being run by white supremacists, then this should put that to bed for you. They're not even attempting to hide anything anymore.
All right, Tory. I played that. I forgot to give the precursor that's playing on advertisements to join ICE. It's just a clear trope, and it's kind of what I've been saying the last couple of weeks. Like, where are the Proud Boys? Where are the Oath Keepers? Remember, we were talking about them all the time on DBL, the 3%ers.
Yeah, now
where are they?
They're ICE.
Have you heard one word from one of even the one with the eye patch?
I know.
Remember him?
Yes, he was a congressman, I think, at some point.
No, that's Dan Crenshaw. Those are
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. No. There was the one leader of the Oath Keepers that got caught. Of course, he got pardoned, and then he's a mess. But yeah, it's just like we used to have footage of them, because I remember being like, since when did we talk to the Proud Boys on national television and give these assholes a platform?
Yeah,
and then now you don't see them anymore.
And I think a lot of them turned into ICE agents. First of all, a 50,000 sign-in bonus. That song comes from a Germany song of Germany First. By the way, America First comes from Germany First. Hitler came up with that slogan, just so you guys know. And the point is that now we're seeing a lot, Al, I don't know if you've seen it, but ICE agents with SS tattoos, swastikas, and they're trying to hide it. But a lot of people are saying these ICE agents are, angry D- students who have a racial or anti-Semitic bend that are aggressive, and now they get to be masked and take it out on people. And they have less training. It's less training than a hairdresser. So I also think it's important that we mention that Jonathan Ross, that's the man who murdered Renee Good, was heard saying fucking bitch after, excuse my language, after seconds after shooting. To me, that's not someone who is fearful for their life. That was someone who was pissed.
And still after you've discharged, think about even if you were so upset with somebody that you were going to shoot them, that was a decision you made to shoot them. If you're a normal person, you'd be like, holy F, I just shot somebody.
Right.
Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care who
Or
you
you'd
are.
run to give medical attention, right? Like, there would
Yeah.
be a follow-up to that. But to say fucking bitch and then not allow the physician to come in and check, that's terrorism. I mean, that's murder. That is straight up cold-blooded murder.
absolutely. We're living through it, and there's just so many spiral conversations you could have off of this. Like, how many times did people try and report violence by law enforcement or presumed law enforcement that were told, given the version of this story, yeah, your mom is a domestic terrorist. She got into it right after she dropped you off at school.
Yeah.
And she became a domestic terrorist, and then she was killed trying to run. Like, the lunacy of the lies.
I know. With when we could see our eyes and hear Renee Good saying, "I'm not mad at you, my friend. I'm not mad." That was her last words, saying that to the officer.
And his last words were, "You effing B."
Fucking bit. Yeah, right, exactly. And I shouldn't call them officers. They have only jurisdiction in immigration. So when they're like pulling people randomly and being like, "Show me your ID," they don't have jurisdiction in that way to do that. So this whole ICE thing is,
well,
what are
Tory,
we not talking about? What are we not talking
I'm
about?
glad you brought that up, because you're talking about they don't have jurisdiction. And I wasn't sure, because I was hearing initial reports that, like, the police, were like, hey, more ICE, that's what's up. But, like, the police do not F with them at all. And here is the police chief in Philadelphia, Sheriff Belial.
For the city and county of Philadelphia. And I say her name, Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. This should not have happened, but we're here today. Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made up ICE, probably Trump's new army to attack citizens of the United States. Did you hear what I said? No law enforcement professional wears a mask. None.
Yeah. I mean, and this was, no, go ahead, please.
No. Well, in California, as of January 1st, and Colorado is also creating this law, they will no longer legally be allowed to wear a mask. I don't know when that was allowed to be happening. I don't know what department you're in. I can't see your face, and you're going to shoot me in the face 3 times. What kind of due process is this? So I appreciate that, police officer. That was well said.
Absolutely. And it's, that's why I love asking you things, because you think about something that I would never have. My first thought is, like, what happens when the police and ICE start to clash? Because clearly that police sheriff is pissed beyond measure. And I'm sure that anger flows down from her through the officers that are like, hey, I patrol this block 4 days a week, and it's taken me 8 years to get this community to recognize my face. No, I'm here for good. And you guys, in 2 weeks, you're pushing old ladies who I know, who maybe helped raise me, or just because I'm a human.
Or pepper spray.
Yeah. And it's like, so then I want to ask you, because we did get the initial number that there are 3,000 troops, ICE thugs in Minneapolis right now. How many police officers do you think are in Minneapolis?
Many.
Now, granted, Minneapolis is what I call a 4-team city. Anytime that you guys want to know how big a city is, figure out how many professional sports teams it is, because it just shows population size. They got the Timberwolves, the Vikings, I think it's the Minnesota Wild, and the Twins. They got 4 major, so that's a big city. So, Tory, how many cops do you think patrol a 4-team city?
A lot.
Can I have a number? Or are we just going to be as vague as possible?
I'm very bad with, like, estimating, like, I don't know. How many? W says 600?
600 is right. W has been on it. 600,
Wow.
Tory. And it made me think about the other issue, is that there's been a period of time where you were like, no matter what happens, we can call the police. But who do the police call when they're outmanned and they're outgunned?
100%. I mean,
because ICE has an unlimited budget, sis.
Yeah, they keep pouring more and more into it. I do want to address this comment, because I think it's fair to say Johnny's here. So Johnny's here. That's funny. DEA and undercover have worn face masks for decades. Clearly, if you're undercover, that makes sense that you wear a face mask if you have to not show your face. But there's something called due process in which you are allowed to know what department the person who is arresting you or harassing you is from. You are allowed to know their badge number. You are allowed to know their name. And you can ask all of this to any police officer, and you are legally allowed to get that response. And when you mask your face and start shooting, pepper spraying, and I can't tell what even your department you're from, that's called chaos. I mean, that's not
Right.
what we have in due
And
process.
Tory, you're making quite the assumption that there is a department that they're from.
Yeah,
Guess what?
What if it's not?
Everybody, it probably they've caught people.
Yeah, people.
If you if you want to take a kid, if you are a monster walking around us that is into child abductions,
yeah, just put on an ice jacket.
this is your golden age.
Totally
the president is like, put on take the license plate off your car.
Totally.
Put on a mask, go get some, go to the Army Navy store, get a $19 camo jacket and pants, and go take whoever you want.
That's right.
Because who would even know who took if somebody goes, there was a girl on that bench and now she's not, and that truck is driving away. What's the license plate? Don't know. Where they look? Don't know. And they didn't have to do the thing. Usually, if somebody's creepy or has a mask on, that alerts you that they are creepy. You can run. But now they can literally say stop right there, and you would.
Yeah.
And it's why you get in so much trouble for using like fake police lights on your car, because the assumption of a trusting source coming towards you, it disarms people.
Yeah.
And you know, Tory, I'm really curious. Again, all the stats we're going to see is not only the money that's been stolen, but the amount of essays that have taken. I mean,
at the detention centers too.
What do you think? What do you think? You think there are cameras there?
Yeah, they said there's an illness spreading rapidly within the detention center that no one has spoken about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
well, there's already been 37 deaths, or 27 and 37 deaths. You know, and then you know, we're obviously talking about Renee Good a lot, but there was a black man shot on New Year's Day by an ICE agent that was not on duty.
Yeah, right. And like, how would you know? By the way, Jason Bourne says, how do I know the protester destroying my storefront during a riot if they're wearing a mask? That's also illegal.
Yes,
I have the wherewithal to say that's wrong too. Yeah, that's wrong too.
That's why we don't wear the mask thing. And to address what the other commenter said about what about when the DEA you know, has masks on, we have to put things in context. Usually when the DEA is wearing masks, it's because they're going into a known place of a drug spot. And believe it or not, drug dealers don't really want that. And so the way to prevent that is to commit retribution on those that have those law enforcement that have taken their product. They learned the hard way when officers' families started showing up unalived or themselves, that they were like, maybe we shouldn't let them know who we are, what we look like. The same way a police informant might not want to let you know what they look like. So let's put things in context.
And I do want to say, Kenneth Cadwell, ICE attacked students and teachers at a school the same day, 3 miles away.
I saw that.
I saw that too. I want to be very clear. Minneapolis has closed schools now, and they're teaching online because they're afraid of our own government. So sit with that schools are closed because of the fear of our own government creating violence against our students.
And remember, Tory, we had Greg on last week and they were like, we're going to be closed through the week. I thought they were reopening this Monday.
That is an insane statement to say, that they have to close the schools due to the fear of the government. That is not how America was founded, based on, that is not what we live for. This is that's a martial law situation. That's a military state. That's North Korea. You know, that's what that is. So
yeah, I'm wondering, because we do see that, like, I believe Chicago and LA said that they were able to they have injunctions, the court orders that said the ICE, if they are there, has to be unmasked. Do you think that's the ending of ICE? Because I have also heard that there's basically two kinds of guys that are in ICE. Monsters that are just like, I cannot wait to punch someone. Yeah. Right. Anything that is not me, I'll take it. Psychopaths, true sociopaths,
like, but violent.
Right. But then they're also kind of like online, kind of, you know, I'm alt and edgelord kind of guys, but not guys that really knew that they were going to be in the smoke like you would be. Now, go from your comfy gamer chair to now you're in the streets at 1 o'clock in the morning, and everybody in this neighborhood is yelling every name, stuff you ain't even been know you could be called. You're being called. You're being surrounded, and they're like, and we will. I mean,
and we'll photograph you.
These people will be unmasked at some point. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Think about January 6th, Tory. The people think our government like went and tracked down who all those rioters were. Our government didn't do it was online sleuths.
Yeah, it was
that
all
went
internet.
through that video and found those people and like, yeah, here's this dipshit. He's right outside Tennessee. Yeah, and they found people like that. Yeah, people emailed and been like, yeah. And so and the thing is, I know that you guys think that like you're part of this government movement and they've promised you money, and like when the United States is something else, you'll have your own province. I'm going to have Jeffreyville. You're not. What's going to happen is this older man will go away one way or the other, and internet sleuths are going to get to work on y'all. They've already unmasked a few, and the more they get, trust, I'm telling you, this ain't a threat. I can't do it. I have my battery on low because my battery is going to die before the end of this show. I can't find your cell, but you know what? They will, and it will be a pleasure.
It will. And
so
just DHS has now gotten Jonathan Ross, picked up all of his belongings and moved him, as I said, into some kind of safe house. And I just want to respond to Kentucky Fat White Boy, which is a very funny name. I love that. Why do Dems want to destroy our country? Fair to say if you think that. My question back to you is,
I don't think that's fair.
Well, listen, it's a debate, and I love this country, and I'm trying to protect the very constitution in which this country is born from and what the founders wanted, and it is not this. It is not no lack of due process, shooting people in the face, no warrants, grabbing kids, grabbing U.S. citizens, pepper spraying them. That's not what this country is, what I'm proud of. That's not what the founders wanted. So if you really think you're George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, I'm proud of this country, you got the wrong way of coming about it, because you're not reading the Constitution at all.
Right. You know what I want from this country, Tory? It's the
Biden! Why tax money, please?
And we are back. Tory, what about that? What's your favorite part of that video? Because there's a lot of parts. Before we move on, we got to have a little bit of levity. There's a lot of parts of the video. Can I give you my runner-up and then my winner?
Yeah, sure.
My runner-up in that video is just the woman that after he falls is so happy. She's just jumping up and down with joy because she's just so happy. She doesn't have the words for it. It's just like the way a child, like a very natural response to just like, because she was like, I hope this dude falls on his, and just like as that thought was going through a synapse in her brain, it happened. And my winner is just to get up and jog to the car, because that is, I don't think I can relate with ICE agents on a lot of things, but I do know that there's a time. You know what that time is, Tory? And I have a term for it. When you fall off your bar stool, you got to go.
Yeah.
And after you fall like that, you got it, because he was responding to something very serious. He was like, ICE here. And as soon as he fell, mission over.
On ice, which is so
on the ice. Okay, so those are my two favorites. What about you?
I like the jog back. I love the people being like, go home, and then just getting in my Range Rover without a license plate, which is also not part of a due process. And I'm going to head back home. So it's like, yeah. And by the way, I just want to say, people are like, there are trolls here. I accept that people disagree with me. They're allowed to be on this channel too and chat too. We just vehemently disagree with you, and that's okay. It's a debate. In my mind, there's no debate. This is anti-American, but I just want to let people know that that's what some of the country feels. And that's what got us here in the first place. So.
Yeah. All right, Tory. Well, let's do a little fun stuff. How about that? I think, I'm going to use our fashion one. We never use it.
Yes.
All right, Tory. We're talking Barbie and not the movie boat. We're talking about a new Barbie doll, which I'm sure you are aware of. Tory, talk to the people.
there's an autistic Barbie.
She can
coming
be
out.
artistic as well.
She probably is. And I would love to hear your point of view on this because you have a son who is proudly on the spectrum and you've always been very open about that. What do you think about autistic Barbie? Is this, what do we call it? When you fake doing well just to get more, I forget that I'm not saying this well, but when
virtue signaling.
Or virtue signaling. Thank you.
Yeah, virtue signaling.
Or is this actually really good representation? We've seen Barbie Mattel has tried to really expand the Barbie line to include disabled Barbie, and other things like that. What do you think about this?
Tory, I love it.
I think it's cool.
I absolutely love it for a couple of reasons. One, and first of all, Michael Dean for having the picture. I had a glammed out Barbie picture, which I think Michael Dean's is more clear. What I like, and I'm glad he posted one with the white background, is the two things that you can see, obviously, is that Barbie's wearing noise canceling headphones, which is noise is just a lot of people on the spectrum are very sensitive to
sensory
outside. Out any kind of sometimes it's touch, sometimes it's sound, but it's just overwhelming for them. And so you do see this sometimes, and it's been more normalized. But it's weird, even though the movie was very un-PC, even like in Something About Mary, like her special needs brother had headphones on. Like,
right.
And now it's going to normalize to people that sometimes just what's coming in is too much. And also, I love the iPad because I can only speak for my son. That iPad is his pathway to the world. So I really, really, really dug that. What about you?
Is that a fidget spinner?
Is it?
I think it's a fidget spinner, which a lot of people on the spectrum use to sort of ground themselves, calm themselves down. I think this is lovely. And I don't really care if it's virtue signaling. If someone on the spectrum is growing up and sees a Barbie that wears the headphones, that's all. It's like, it's just showing respect and understanding and opening up acceptance. So I'm kind of all for it. Amy Higgins, I kind of agree with you here. She's still, I'm sorry to be like picky. She's still like rail thin, like the thigh gap there. It's like, I think we need more normalized sized Barbies. I know that's kind of like picking at straws, but
you can still have thoughts. So that's
I would
fine.
love to see more like how mannequins have become a little chunkier. I wouldn't mind Barbie having like not so much space between her thighs, but maybe I'm picking, being nitpicking. A thick Barbie. Thank you, Lars De Palma.
A thick Barbie. What if it was? How come they can't have thick Barbie, but it's spelled THICC?
That's what he spelled it right.
Yeah,
I guess there is a curvy Barbie. You're right, Indy, but I just want to see like more diversity within the body type. But maybe that's like not very Barbie of me, but
you know what the problem is, and how it all circles back to our first story with ICE agents on the ground, is that a lot of Americans view Republicans as the more aggressive people, especially when they get in office. And case in point, Republicans get in office and start a bunch of crazy stuff. And I could just hear there being like, we are getting them out of office. Representative Tory, what would you like to bring to the Senate floor? There are no thick Barbies. I don't care. It could be more thigh than cheek, but it needs to really show. You are ridiculous.
It is stupid, but
everything is stupid.
I know, but I want little girls to see actual, like they said, if a person was built like a Barbie, they'd fall down. It's not an actual proportionate way that a person could exist. But I agree. Let's just start on the good things and say, this is very cool. Oh, there it is. Oh, Michael Dean, well done. So this is their thick Barbie.
That's their thick Barbie?
Yeah. What do we think, you guys?
I think we need to do a couple more focus groups in Black and Latin neighborhoods. What is that? Stop it. Like, have any body shape that you want, but like, if you're going to go plus size, then you need to go ahead. You need to go on in. Go on and get it. Go on and get it. Don't but it's hard. I don't know. It's ridiculous. All right, Tory.
I agree with you. Okay, sorry.
We have to move on to some good news. So let's do this. Oh, yes, that's right. We are going to keep it moving with Spider. That's right. Spider moving. and storage are peoples. My boy Vlad holding it down over there. You guys, if you need anything moved, make sure, do yourself a favor, do like I've done several times personally, including all the stuff you see in this room. Spider Moving did that, and Tory. And Tory, absolutely. So Tory, today I am moving on to something that's very positive. It's Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers, and he is playing who, Tory?
He is playing the Cadets.
Yeah, he's playing the Texans and CJ Stroud. Now, we had a great weekend of playoff football, but we need a vibey prediction from you because we were running short on time. So give us the how the game's going to go. It's going to be freezing. They said it's going to feel like it's about 17 degrees in Pittsburgh. They're going to have the yellow terrible towels going crazy. So, like, what are you thinking?
I'll be honest, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. And vibey predictions means
this
nothing.
Is vibey. If you don't like it, that's what we're going off.
I know nothing about sports, although I do know more, but like I don't know these teams. I just don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't like his anti-vax stance. I just don't really dig him. So I think the Texans are going to win because I don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, if the Texans win, they're going to have to rely, what do you think on their offense, defense, special teams? What are you looking at?
I definitely think defense this time. And it's going to be Aaron Rodgers and the defense, and it's going to be a matchup, and it's going to be, I think you're going to see a lot of sacks, not saxophone. Wouldn't that be cool if when they get sacked, like a saxophonist?
That would be kind of like, I don't know. That'd be cool. Like, yeah, all these. Oh, and I took a screenshot of it. We'll do it tomorrow because like obviously football season's coming to an end and I want to keep Vibey Sports going. Yes, we're going to go with basketball, but Tori, we're not going to do like these other shows. I'm making an announcement now, so the colleagues will hold me to it. What I've been following, Tori, because I'm a man with a lot of time on my hands, is Japanese Class A and B basketball.
Whoa.
Their professional leagues, because their team names, as soon as I saw them, I was like, Tori has been living her whole life to hear give me one second. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I showed them to Sarah and she was like, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, by the way, I don't dislike Pittsburgh. Like I like the Steelers.
Oh, Pittsburgh is look, right. I am a Browns fan. I am supposed to hate the Steelers.
Right. Like I love Pittsburgh.
Quite frankly, I don't. First of all, you guys are 2.5 miles away from my front door where I was raised. So it's very hard to hate something that close, but they play football the way I want the Browns to play football. Like they just kind of run the ball and they do like very Midwestern things. Okay, Tori, so are you ready for some of these names?
Yeah.
Okay. You can start listening to see which one you want to be a fan of. You could be a Chiba Jet fan. You could be a Gunma Crane Thunder fan. Their team name is the Crane Thunders.
Nice.
Isn't that awesome? There's really a team called the Dragonflies, but this is the team I think you'll like. The Northern Happy Nets. That's their name. That. They roll into town. We about to beat your ass. And we are the Happy Nets. I feel like, and the team that I'm gonna cheer for is the Ibukari Robots. I just like that name.
That's cool. That is cool.
Awesome? We need to update our like NFL names. Even like over there, they have the Eagles, but they're called like the Fighting Eagles. The Diamond Dolphins. That's a team name. Yeah. Sounds like a strip club.
This is the Japanese basketball league. Just so you guys know, my high school mascot famously was the grasshopper. And I just like things like off the beaten path like that.
Yeah. So we will explain everything. I don't want to get off track, but yes, I just that reminded me. So Tori, getting back to tonight's game and the good old US of A in Pittsburgh, a city, again, I'm supposed to hate on it. I went to the Pittsburgh Improv. I fell in love. That city is green AF. Did you know that?
No.
Do you picture like a green city?
No, I picture like steel buildings and gray and cold and rocky.
Tori, it is like where they filmed like the Hobbits movies. It is rolling. It is so great. It's like weird. And I asked the Uber driver, I was like, did you know that and she was like, no. It's like low-key gorgeous in the 3 rivers leading in the city. It's a cool city. Anyway, Cleveland, Cavs for life. I had to get that out. All right, so Tori.
The Texans are going to take it. They are.
The Texans are going to take it. All right. Now, remember, we have a special player on the Texans, Jaden Higgins. We're cheering for him. He's Forrest Shaw, friend of this show. That's his best friend's son, Jaden Higgins.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that.
Yeah, and he's become like a star. At first, I was like 1 or 2 passes, and now I'm like, Oh, the announcers are talking about him. I'm like, good for you.
That's good for him.
Yeah.
So the score is going to be 34
Okay.
to 20 to 21.
34 to 21. All right.
Can that be a score?
That can absolutely be a score. I actually kind of like it. I actually kind of like it. And
34 to
that's going to be
21.
the Texans taking it. All
That's
right,
it.
y'all.
The Texans are taking it.
You heard it here first. Tory, let's do this. Tory, we're talking about some Golden Globes. That's right.
Oh my God. And by the way, first before this, we do
Yeah.
want to say RIP to Bob Weir, who is
Oh,
the
yes.
I just wanted to say that because I saw someone write in. What a Grateful Dead, the concerts are amazing. Being a Deadhead, they're some of the kindest, most loving people I have ever met are Deadheads. And I want to give my shout out. If you are a Deadhead, may he rest in peace. What a creative man. And I'm so sorry that he is gone. So I just wanted to say that.
Absolutely. Shout out. When Sarah told me this weekend that he passed, I was like, that's sad, but like, what a life. I was like, you
Yeah.
kicked it, dog, the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What a
you're
great life.
a living legend forever.
Totally. And people that would take their families to Deadhead concerts because it was safe. Like, it's a really wonderful community. And I know people from school that are Deadheads and stuff. And it's like punk rock. Some of those are the nicest people I've actually, and most gentle people I've ever met. Okay.
Do you know who the smartest, most gentle people that I almost have ever met all share one kind of music? It's metal.
Yeah, they are very kind. It's
Metal
respectful.
people are really like low-key smart. I think it's like kind of an indicator that you're really smart.
Yeah.
I need to get into
I'm a
it.
parrot head too, Julia. Rest in
All right,
peace.
wait, can somebody tell me somebody in the group tell me the fundamental difference between a deadhead and a parrot head? I think I kind of know, but
so
isn't
easy.
it like you're following a jam band, right? Wait, why is it so easy?
No, Parrot Head is a Jimmy Buffett fan.
No, I know they're different bands. I know Parrot Head. I lived in Florida 10 years. I know what Parrot Head is. Yeah. I was just saying, like, fundamentally, is it just the artist? Because it seems like it's kind of a similar lifestyle. Like it's not crazy if you go to 10 shows in a row. It's kind of like a jam band.
Yeah, I think it's similar. I think they're adjacent, like Julia, that whoever said that is adjacent, and they are so loyal. I love Jimmy Buffett.
Who else has that? Does a Fish?
Fish
They
is
have
huge. Yeah.
But who has like the people that like travel with them? Not a tour, but like a traveling Fish, Deadhead kind of vibe. Anybody else? I bet you there might be like a reggae jam band we don't know about where like
I'm not very good with music, but I just know Parrot Heads, and man, I wish I had seen Jimmy. Did I see Jimmy Buffett? I don't think I did.
Okay. If you don't remember, then you probably didn't. All right, Tory, let's get to this. Where are my famous people?
Golden Globes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Tory's already talking about it. The Golden Globes were yesterday. Tory, your thoughts?
I thought Nikki Glaser was funny. I thought I was shocked about Hamnet winning.
I had heard on the low that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know the woman in it, and I cannot remember her name, and she is terrific. And I would put $1 million on her to win Best Actress for sure. It's just a takeaway. I think Chalamet and Leo are in a running for Best Actor, and it is tight, and it's going to be, interesting to see. But I think one battle after another deserves Best Picture. So I'm hoping that is what takes it home. I thought the black and white was the theme for the girls, the ladies. Everybody was in different ways of wearing black and white. And there were some beautiful ones. I don't know if we have Jessie Buckley. Thank you. She's a terrific actress, and she really goes for it in everything she does. So here's some of my favorites. There's Autistic Barbie. She watched the show. This is Selena. No, I'm kidding.
Her? Oh, I still have that background. I was like, Tory, I mean, I know you're joking, but like, why would you say that in the
No.
lights was there? I thought you were talking about that woman.
Well, I think Selena looked, and what I loved about it is the black and white, but I loved her styling, you guys.
Yes.
I loved her hair. I loved her. It's like 1920s Hollywood. I loved her makeup. The glam was great. Benny Bianco, am I saying that? Or Benny Blanco?
I think it's Blanco, but I don't know.
Okay, well, he recently said they have an open marriage. So I want to put a pause on that and keep hearing more about that. But I thought Selena looked fantastic.
Yes,
I thought
talk
Teyana,
slower.
yeah, I thought
Tory,
Tayana,
what are your thoughts on an open marriage?
I think do what you want to do. I think that's fine. This is Tayana Jackson. She is in one battle after another. She won. I thought she looked absolutely
Wow.
stunning. And I love the bow in the back. If you can see on the butt, I thought excuse me, Tayana Taylor, excuse me. The bow on the back was phenomenal. And I thought she just killed it with the glam, with the makeup. I thought her look really came together. Who else do I have? Michael Dean. Show the
She
next.
looks great. Yeah.
Oh, I loved this. Now you guys can tell me you hated it, but this is Jennifer Lawrence, and skin was in. A lot of people wearing a lot of skin. And I thought she looked really like cool and also really beautiful and very graceful. And I just thought it was a really interesting dress. Now, someone who wore something similar was J-Lo, and I thought she looked terrible.
Really?
Yeah, take a look.
What was the difference?
I just think this is tacky. I just don't love the mermaid look. I think it's a bit dated. You can see the belly button. It's very J-Lo, but I'm kind of bored of this like mermaid J-Lo, whatever. I just preferred the Jennifer Lawrence over the J-Law over J-Lo for me, in my mind.
Yeah. How things change.
Yes, exactly. I thought this green popped beautifully, and I thought it looked stunning against her skin, which was a lovely take. Who else do I have? Who else is someone that I didn't like? There was some other one I didn't.
Those are great picks, Tor. That dress is
good?
amazing. There's
Isn't
just like
that dress unbelievable. Oh,
Yeah.
Charlie XCX again, black and white. That was the big thing. I thought this was ill-fitting. I didn't like the hip part. I just didn't love this look. I didn't think this was a win.
I kind of dig that. It's like dressed up casual, which I like.
Yeah, this is Emma Stone, and I just don't think the top and the bottom like know each other. You know what I mean? I feel like they don't know each other.
It's like how you would teach kids shapes.
Yeah, like they don't. Somehow it doesn't work. Now her face looks phenomenal.
Yes, gorgeous.
And she's had something done, and it's what they all are getting. She looks unbelievable. Great actress, but did not love the dress on this one.
All right. Well, I mean, Tory, what I loved was something I was shocked by because Sark was like, come in here and listen to this, because she was watching Nikki's monologue.
Yeah.
And obviously we can't clear the footage or we would be pulled off immediately. But basically Nikki was like, and shout out to Barry Weiss. She's the new news director at CBS, which stands for CBS News.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is why Trump's first move was to come after the comedians. That is something that you do when you are trying to you get those people up out of there. The next up, and they've been working on the media forever, discrediting them, and the media did not help them because they've been corrupt in many ways for years as well. But
she said the most.
What do you think about that being said on that network?
I thought it was fabulous. She said the best editing award goes to CBS too.
Yeah.
I think now that it's like this common that Barry Weiss is not only pulled the cut video, which was showing the detention centers, she's also been editing heavily a new upcoming editorial in which people are claiming like she is censoring completely CBS. And when you get to the level in which Nikki Glazer's making a joke about your network, it's become common knowledge that you're censoring. And so when it trickles down to the comedians, that trickles down into normal people talking about it. So I thought it was great. I thought it was really well said.
Yeah. I mean, it shows you even people that are currently getting a big check from that network are still aware of this ominous cloud that we are facing as a society. And of course, I think that everybody that I would assume most colleagues would fall in this category like myself, just a normal person. I went to the post office today. I'm not us regular people that they're like, oh, you liberals. I'm not that liberal, first of all. And second of all, bro, your wildest story. I forgot 5 wilder stories than that. I'm not but I'm just like anybody that can see where this is headed. The fact that like we might have a situation in which ICE is squaring off in our major cities with townspeople and local law enforcement and the army, and who knows which side they'll be on. I mean, we are in a perilous place.
Yeah, we need free press.
Right. We need free press right at the time when Larry Ellison is trying to do a hostile takeover, in which we will live in a world where one guy has Twitter, one guy has Instagram and Facebook, and another guy will have they get Paramount in that deal too, and Warner Brothers. So CNN, Comedy Central, HBO, and Netflix. Oh, and that guy will also own TikTok.
Yeah. And not
So
only
that's
that,
less than 5 people will have that share of the media. Yes.
yeah, and just Nexstar, which is looking to buy Tegna, which is a company I work for 6.2 billion. If they take over Tegna, they will be in 80% of the households that show.
And Tory, what do we call that?
That's state TV.
That's state TV.
State TV.
All the things
will be owned by one company. And by the way, the limit for that monopoly is at 39%. You are only allowed to be owning 39% of households. But Brendan Carr, the FCC chairman, worked on Project 2025, is a huge Trump fan, and is going to maybe allow the merger. So that is an enormous monopoly of one consumption, one sort of media empire taking over for
right, and one voice.
Yeah, one voice only. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Everybody I mentioned is an older white dude,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with being an older white dude, but we need all the voices in the room.
That's right. Alan Tory, we have a special guest, said Michael Dean.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's Mitch in the building.
Oh, hi, Mitchell.
Wait, is this Mitchell's first time on the pod?
I think it is, guys. This is Michael Dean's husband.
Yeah, wipe the V off my forehead.
He is
Welcome.
so cute.
He's an official
adorable.
colleague.
And he's a beautiful landscaper with a landscaping company and does a ton of stuff with Denver. But I have to, Mitchell, just point out your orchids. When you are an orchid person, you become like deeply ingrained in orchids, and your orchids are stunning. And I just want to shout out, what is the Instagram that you guys have?
Oh, it's the Orchid Smith.
The Orchid Smith, that's right. So go follow
I'm
them.
here to tell you happy birthday. That's the special
Oh,
day.
Mitchell.
I get to come have lunch with you, so happy birthday.
You're
Love you.
so sweet. I hope you can come to
Thank you
dinner
so
tonight.
much,
You're
guys.
absolutely welcome. That's so nice of you.
Yeah,
That's really sweet of you. Thank you, Mitchell. It's been a weird year.
All right, man.
You know what I liked Mitchell the best is we were at a wedding and we looked around the room and we said, there's only one piece of art that we like. And both Mitchell and I pointed to the same piece of art. And I was like, I love him.
Dude, you find your people.
Yeah,
They're all around you.
Wonderful. What a
All right, Tory, it is your birthday. We're at the end of the show.
That's
so
right.
I would like you, instead of having a Tory fun fact,
Yes.
you give us one fun fact about your life that we don't know.
Oh. Okay. This is something you guys might not know. When my mom got pregnant with me, she was also diagnosed with the disease Gaucher's, which is a disease she's had her whole life, and no one was able to tell her what it was. And finally, she got a blood test. That's all it took. And she found out she had Gaucher's disease, which explained her whole life, right?
Right.
And the doctor said, your child will die at the age of 3, misrepresenting which Gaucher's type she had. So they were looking into perhaps stopping the pregnancy, and they enrolled in NIH, which is the National Institutes of Health, and it's in Maryland.
Wow.
And they got
I didn't know any of this.
Yes. And they got into a special study, and Dr. Barter, we still know his name, said to my mother, your daughter will be perfectly fine. She will be a carrier of the disease, which I am, and my sister is, but it takes a homogeneous recessive. So I needed 2 bad ones. I'm only going to get 1, and she'll live a lovely life. So they named me Victoria because it was a victory that I was going to live.
Oh, that is, how have you never told me that?
To be honest, I've told you several times.
How have you not told me that after I stopped drinking?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you just tell me that. I'm like, whatever, it's your round. Well, Tory, I'm going to see your beautiful face in a second because we're about to celebrate your birthday. Colleagues, we will take pictures and obviously have them ready to go. Michael Dean, thank you for everything you did. Tory, you hop off the stream and get ready. It's officially your birthday, girl.
I love you guys, and just thank you for supporting me, you guys. I cannot tell you how much it's meant to me this year, and I hope I
thank you,
support
Brandon. Smash that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button. And tomorrow we will have a GoFundMe from someone who is a lovely viewer.
Yes.
And we hope you guys will contribute. She was in a terrible accident. So I want to support you guys. So,
Oh my God.
DM me, let me know all of this stuff. There's Emma Stone
Okay.
again. Here it is. Here it is. We're going to talk
let's
more
get
about
this up.
this.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I do want to let you know
briefly.
Yeah, she had a terrible accident, and her name's Karen, and she's been really trying to get some help. And I know our colleagues can help her out. So we're going to put this on tomorrow and have it going. But she's a good Karen. That's right, Michael.
Yeah,
Dean. And
yeah,
we're going
for real.
we're going to help her out and see what we can do. So just know the support is reciprocal. And again, thank you so much for being with me, especially through this rough time in my life. I cannot tell you how much it means to me. It
Hey,
does.
girl, we all love you, and things will get better because they have to. You hear me?
Yes, they do. There's only one way to go, and it's up.
Well, not.